tape has been put together for our canine friends and their owners to make communication between both clear, to make each learn and understand the other's role in the human-canine relationship, and to make day-to-day life easier and more peaceful. The man who will lead you through these important steps is Jim Crawford, the owner and training director of Canine Behavior Training Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. His experience with dog training has spanned some 25 years, including all levels of obedience and competition, from AKC to Schutzhund. His center is a state-certified school for helper dogs, and Jim is licensed by the state of Nevada for sales and training of protection dogs. He's used his own dogs to assist local police departments and the FBI in finding lost and abducted children as part of CAST, Child Abduction Search Team, an organization made up of Vietnam veterans. Jim has also appeared on numerous television and radio shows in Las Vegas as a training expert and has conducted demonstrations, seminars, and classes for countless private and public organizations. In the past, he's been involved in handling dogs for Canine Companions for Independence of California and San Rafael Seeing Eye Dogs for the Blind. Jim currently conducts group, private, and in-home classes on puppy and adult obedience, advanced obedience, and Schutzhund. Jim himself is a firm believer in continuing education, and he attends advanced seminars and refresher courses to fine-tune his work and stay abreast of any training innovations. Jim has a very credible professional reputation and stands as the #1 trainer and behavioral specialist in Nevada, recommended by veterinarians and canine professionals in the state of Nevada.
Hi, I'm Jim Crawford, and welcome to Canine Behavior Training Center. In my 25 years as a professional dog trainer, I've learned through experience that in our society, people lack the knowledge of how to properly raise a dog. There is almost always a double standard here. They expect more from their dog than they do from themselves or their own children. People expect their puppy to be house trained and hold himself for 8 hours after only a few lessons. When you need to go to the bathroom, how long can you wait? People assume that dogs are born knowing right from wrong, and they're not. Proper behavior is an educational process, not a discipline process. You can't get mad at the dog because he digs a hole in your garden when he doesn't know any better. Once a dog leaves its mother and siblings, you, the new owner, take over as a surrogate parent and teacher. Over the years, I've learned that understanding these facts of dog behavior plays a very important role as a professional dog trainer. 99% of my clientele come to me, not because they want to teach their dog precision obedience, but because they have behavioral problems. That's why I made this tape, to make available to anyone information which deals with 10 of the most common behavioral problems and show you how to resolve them. My priority is to teach manners and proper behavior and to teach the dog to listen. Ideally, when a puppy comes into a household, someone would be with him 24 hours a day, just like a new baby. But many times in our society, that's just not possible. So if the whole family gets involved and spends as much quality time as possible with the new dog, meaning time with constructive interaction, he'll start learning. It's vital to be consistent in his training, so everyone in the family should learn the techniques on this tape and apply them consistently. Stick with it. Patience and perseverance are rewarded by the love, affection, and good behavior of your new companion. Nothing compares to owning a dog who has the trust, loyalty, devotion, and willingness to please without question. Last thing before we start, and remember it well, the secret to problem solving is to provoke the problem, so you don't have to wait for the dog to do wrong on his own. If you provoke the problem, you can, on your schedule, show the dog first what not to do, then teach him the proper behavior. So everyone sit back, let's start teaching your dog to become a valued family member.
Every dog learns and excels at their own pace.
First thing to remember is that this is your house. The dog must learn the rules of your household, and it's your responsibility to teach him. Also, you must be able to keep the dog from getting into trouble anytime you're not there to supervise him. Many people become frustrated and enraged with a new puppy when things get destroyed. This is not your dog's fault. He doesn't know any better yet. Never allow a situation where the dog has an advantage over you. In other words, be prepared. The dog jumps, have access to a squirt gun to get his attention. If the dog chews and you need to leave him alone, crate the dog so he can't tear the house up. Point is, never give the dog the opportunity to do something wrong unless you're there to supervise and instruct. To teach the dog, you'll need to get his attention. There are two types of attention getting, positive and a negative. There are several positive ways to communicate with your dog. Number one is with food and toys. Number two are gestures both on yourself and on the dog. Body language plays an important role in communication. Number three, verbal communication. Talk to your dog. Believe me, they understand a lot more than you give them credit for. Negative attention getters include the no command, as well as some tools. These include squirt guns, bottles, wet rags, cups of water, mouse traps, and others that we'll cover later. Both positive and negative attention getters should be placed strategically throughout the household so you have quick access to them. Remember, the definition of communication is attention getting. You can't teach anyone anything until you get their attention.
Dogs go through imprinting from the 3rd week of birth until 4.5 to 5 months of age.
Everyone recognizes this. It's a playpen for children. What do most parents do with it? It's a place to keep your child and your household safe while you're busy. If the phone rings, someone's at the front door, or you're doing the dishes, your initial reaction is to pick the child up and place him or her into the playpen. For dogs, the crate is utilized the same way. This is the average dog crate, wire mesh, sheet metal pan. We prefer the wire mesh rather than the fiberglass carriers. Fiberglass crates tend to absorb odors and are more difficult to keep clean. Plus, with the wire mesh, the dog has full visual access to his surroundings. The crate does a combination of things. Number one, it's the easiest way in the world to potty train a dog. Every dog is born with a natural cleanliness instinct. They will not foul where they sleep. Dogs are also born with a den instinct. Wolves spend their first 2 years of life in a den, sometimes not much larger than a dog crate. Dogs also learn independence by spending time by themselves. Pick up a crate that's going to fit the dog as an adult and place it into a family room, or the most common room within the household. You can also get dividers for your crate. Divide the crate, giving the dog just enough room to lay down in. As the dog grows, you can adjust the divider. Okay, to start with, no bedding goes in the crate. After a few days, once his instincts kick in, then give the puppy a towel. From there, the dog will later earn a pillow or a bed. Place toys in the crate, but toys the dog cannot destroy. Never give your dog anything he or she can destroy and possibly choke on. No food or water should go into the crate. This way you don't have to come home to a mess. Don't deprive your dog of water. Purchase a water bottle feeder. And always have a fresh dish of water available for your dog outside the crate. If you want your dog to sleep in one of the bedrooms, place the crate in the bedroom at night and move it back to the family room in the morning. Feed the dog at consistent times that are convenient for your schedule. Dogs have digestive clocks just like you and I do. Your dog should be supervised at all times. If not, he goes into the crate or outside. Don't turn your back on your dog. They're opportunists just like children are, and it only takes one moment. You can install baby gates to limit your dog's areas of access. Anything you don't want destroyed should be outside of reach of the dog. In other words, dog-proof your house. The dog's crate should always be perceived as a place of sanctuary, not a form of discipline. If the dog's done something wrong, put him outside, not in his crate. Don't allow your children or anyone to tease or molest your dog while he's in his crate. After every meal, the dog goes outside. After every nap, even short naps, he goes outside. Within 3 minutes of play, the dog should go outside. Young puppies have not yet developed muscle control over their bladders, and when excited, their first inclination is to squat and go potty. Understand, too, that all dogs are different. Some are more excitable than others. Learn to read and anticipate when your dog has to go. Now let's teach your dog how to let you know he wants out. Every single time you approach the door, 3 to 4 feet from the door, get him excited. Use baby talk. Tap the door. Ask the dog, do you want to go potty? With new puppies, take them out purposely every hour and a half. A dog door will be an asset in potty training your dog. Most dogs would prefer to go outside rather than in. Outside, the dog should have his own potty area. If you can, saturate some of the dog's own urine with a rag and stake it into the ground, or pick up some potty scent from your local pet store. Adjacent to the rag, if you can, place a small portion of his feces. Now you're ready. Every time you take the dog outside, lead him to the designated area. Encourage him to go. And if he does, praise him up. Make him feel like he just won an Oscar for his performance. If he has not gone potty within 3 minutes, because that's all you're going to allow him, you go back in the house and he stays outside by himself for 10 minutes. Otherwise, your puppy will learn to stall and not go in your presence. While the dog is outside, learn to read his body language. There will be signs that he is looking for a spot. This will help you anticipate accidents in the house. What about accidents in the house? Say you're walking down the hall and step into something that your pup left for you 3 hours ago. Bring the dog all the way back to that spot, restraining for no longer than 5 seconds, verbally shaming him, and put him outside for 10 minutes. Never strike your dog. A verbal shaming and leaving him alone is punishment enough. What if you catch your dog in the act? You're all sitting down watching TV, and you look up, dog squatting on the carpet? This will be difficult, but try not to overreact. This will just scare the rest of the pee right out of him. Just pick him up and take him directly outside, shaming him on the way, and again leave him alone, outside for 10 minutes. With baby gates, you can limit the dog's area of access. Start with a small area, the family room, for instance. And as your dog learns responsibility, expand his area. Give him freedom in a hallway, for instance. If he messes up, go back to the family room for 7 days and start over. When can you give the dog freedom in the house? Simple. When the dog has earned it. I've seen 3-month-old puppies that were house trained. But every dog is different, and each dog learns and excels at its own pace. From day one, try to teach your puppy to stay in the crate through the night. Generally, an 8-week-old puppy can hold himself for about 2 hours. Again, take the puppy out every hour and a half during waking hours. As the dog grows and learns, expand that time. A 3-month-old puppy should be able to hold 3 to 4 hours. A 4-month-old puppy, 4 to 6 hours. A 5-month-old puppy to adult, from probably 8 to 10 hours. There is definitely a double standard here. Can you hold yourself from 8 to 10 hours? I don't think so. Now this may sound like a lot of work, and it is, but if you spend the time right from the start and keep the training constant and consistent, you will enjoy the company of a trustworthy companion all the sooner.
The majority of behavioral problems stem from boredom.
Damn!
There are many reasons why dogs chew. Puppies chew on things out of curiosity. It's part of their learning process. There's defiant chewing, chewing to get attention, separation anxiety, and others. I could probably talk about why dogs chew for the next 3 hours, but we'll focus on how to stop it. Remember, just like potty training, this is a teaching process, not a discipline process. First and foremost, break the pattern. It takes approximately 14 days to recondition a dog. For chewing, it is important to catch him in the act and follow through with what we call positive substitution. If he's got something negative, give the dog a firm no and replace the object with something he's allowed to chew.
positive substitution. Now this is where we get into negative attention getting that I mentioned earlier. Some tools used as negative attention getters are a squirt bottle, a wet washcloth, or a noisy soda can. These are items used to break the dog's train of thought and get his attention focused on you. Again, the secret to reconditioning your dog is to provoke the problem so you can show him what not to do and then teach him what to do. Find something your dog likes to chew, your slippers, the TV remote control, whatever. Take the object and put it where the dog has access, but don't let him see you set him up. Nonchalantly stay in the background with one of the negative attention getters. As the dog touches the item, squirt him one time on top of the head and give him a firm no. Never squirt your dog in the eyes or face. Now puppies don't know they're doing wrong, so lightly reprimand them. No, you don't chew on this. This is yours. Then immediately substitute something positive, a dog toy, rawhide, or whatever. Don't chase your dog. If he runs from you, you got your point across. Stand your ground, but still offer him a positive item. Don't nag him either. The dog will not understand yelling or screaming. Give him one firm no, then leave it at that.
No!
The idea is not to give the dog the opportunity to misbehave unless you are there to correct him. Another method of setting up a dog is to use mouse traps. Set the trap and either turn it upside down or tape the biting side to cushion the bite. Then place the trap on the object you want to protect. You can also set up the dog with some of the many repellents that are on the market, or try cayenne or black pepper. If the dog has separation anxiety, where he only chews while you're gone, use repellents and entrapment, and back that up with positive substitution. By entrapment, I mean grab the keys to the car, go outside, drive around the block, and sneak back, and rush in to catch him in the act. If the dog is doing something wrong, verbally shame him for not more than 5 seconds, and replace the object with something positive. If he's not doing anything wrong, praise the heck out of your dog. Try to repeat this action about 15 times a day. The repetition of leaving the house and returning constantly reassures the dog that you will return. For the first couple of days, start with short time spans, 5 minutes or less, then double it. First time the dog messes up, go back to the 5-minute time bracket. The more often you have the time to go through this, the faster your dog will learn. It's all part of the dog gaining confidence and learning what is expected of him. Customarily, it takes approximately 14 days to start seeing changes in his behavior. What about outside? Try the same methods that I mentioned for inside. Try black or cayenne pepper or commercial repellents. There is also a product called Get Off My Garden that you can apply on objects outside. The advantage to this is that it's a substance that doesn't dissolve with water, but you do have to replenish it every 4 to 5 days. There is a last resort method that you can use known as a phytoshock. This is an electrical device that will give the dog a non-lethal shock when touched. You rig the wire on an object that you want the dog to learn is off limits. For example, many dogs like to chew garden hoses. Take a small expendable piece of hose and wrap the wire around it. Hook the hot wire to it and place it over a good hose. Again, don't let the dog see you set him up. It usually only takes one time for the dog to learn that this is not a play toy.
Raising a dog should be a teaching process, not a discipline process.
It's a natural reaction for dogs to jump. When you watch puppies play, they jump on and paw each other. The same is true for adult dogs. When a puppy or dog jumps on you, they do it for one of 2 reasons. One, to initiate play or to get your attention. But dogs can be taught manners, and it's important to correct this problem early, because you never want to be in a position where the dog has a physical advantage over you. Ideally, if a dog wants to get your attention, he or she should walk up to you and go directly into a sit position. Remember, to teach the dog, you must provoke the problem. This exercise will have 2 parts. showing the dog not to jump and teaching the dog the recall, or to come to you and sit. For the first part, you'll need your negative attention getters, your squirt bottle with a straight stream or a soaked washcloth. Now remember, your dog is only trying to give you affection, so discipline has no role in this exercise. Now what you're going to do is approach your dog 50 times a day. Make sure the whole family is involved in this. Never call your dog to you. You approach him. Have the squirt gun or wet rag behind your back. When you reach the dog, you're going to encourage him to jump on you by tapping your chest, baby talk, or even take a piece of cheese or steak and raising it to your chest. Only entice the dog for a second or two. If you go longer than that, you'll confuse the dog. Also, never use the dog's name or command him to come or jump. If the dog jumps, squirt him right on top of the head, giving him a firm no. Again, do not squirt the dog in the face or the eyes. You have just shown him what not to do. Now you let him know what to do. Immediately say sit or give him a command to sit. If the dog doesn't sit, take it by the scruff of the neck, gently squeeze between the rib cage and the rump with the opposite hand, and place the dog into a sit position. Hesitate for a couple of seconds after the sit position, then follow through with a pat on the head. Minimize your praise here, or the dog will think it's game time. Release him from the sit by telling him okay and walk away. Use the wet washcloth in the same way as you do the squirt bottle. All you're trying to do is to startle the dog and get his attention. Once you have his attention, you can teach him. No! Suppose that when you squirt him or throw the washcloth, he runs from you. Again, don't try to chase the dog. Just turn around and walk away. You've gotten your point across. Also remember that dogs are no dummies. Every time your dog sees the squirt gun in your hand, it's going to be wary. So you've got to be smarter than the dog. Hide the squirt gun behind your back, or place several of them strategically throughout the household. For instance, many dogs jump on you as soon as you walk in the front door. Simply place a squirt gun outside the front door, so when you walk in, you're ready for him. Leave yourself a note on the door. Don't walk in unarmed. Also remember that it's only one blast. Don't soak the dog or continue to chase him, because the dog will assume it's a game. If you have children, don't let them squirt the dog, because they will make it a game. You can set up the dog with the kids. Stand away and let the child approach the dog. If he jumps, you and the child give the dog a distinct no, and you blast him with the squirt gun. Then command the dog to sit. Never let anyone outside your household reprimand, squirt, or correct your dog. That is for family members only. If your dog doesn't jump when you approach and entice it, follow through with a pat on the head, but again, minimize your praise because you don't want to excite the dog. As a norm, jumping can be cured in 1 week with repetition. An alternative, if you're caught without your squirt gun or washcloth, is to use your knee to repel the dog. But there's a right and wrong way to do this. Never thrust your knee directly into the ribcage of a dog. You can cause the dog serious injury. Bump the dog to the side of his ribcage and follow through with a no, sit. Another method is to tap his rear toes. And remember, tap, don't stomp. The second half of this exercise is the recall, or getting the dog to come to you and sit. Again, the major difference between these two exercises is that for jumping, you approach the dog, and for the recall, you call the dog to you. The reason I emphasize the recall with jumping dogs is so they learn to come to you and sit and not jump. The methods I use are based on motivation training, which simply means that we want to lead a dog's mind rather than force it. An important tool for this is bait training. What I normally recommend are small bits of dehydrated or freeze-dried liver. This should be broken up into portions no larger than 1/4 inch in size. You want to train the dog, not feed him a meal. The bait is not used as a reward, but mainly as an attention getter. Strategically place packets of bait around the house, out of his reach. Everyone in the household should get involved. Use the bait 100% of the time you call the dog to you. Do this 20 to 25 times a day. Call your dog to you and make him sit. You need to show him as much enthusiasm as you want him to show to you. Call the dog's name and give him a command to come. And clap your hands, move backwards, baby talk, whatever it takes to get him to come. If the dog absolutely refuses to come, purposely ignore him for 5 minutes and then try again. When he does come to you, keep his attention drawn to the bait. Bring the bait hand up while gently squeezing on the dog's tickle spot and bring him into a sit position. While this is going on, repeat the command to sit, 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 until his bottom hits the ground. All right, the dog's attention should be on your right hand. Continue the verbal command to sit 2 to 3 times so the dog absorbs the command. Then follow through with the bait and a pat on the head, and give the dog a release command. Again, repeat this process many times a day, 100% of the time that you call the dog. If you have children, supervise them. Everyone should learn to do the commands the same way, so the dog does not get confused. Consistency and repetition are the keys to behavioral training. The recall exercise should continue for about 6 weeks, then start to wean the dog off the bait.
Dogs vary in personality and disposition, just as humans do.
Hey, be careful out there. I think the dog's been digging holes again.
Well, it's no big deal. It's just a small dog.
Dogs are natural diggers. It comes from their den instinct as well as their own curiosity. So again, curbing this desire is a matter of teaching, not of discipline. You can try the commercial repellents or the peppers on any of the areas you don't want the dog to dig. You can even try putting some of the dog's own feces on these areas. But catching the dog in the act is the key to education. You can use positive substitution for this problem also. In an area where he is permitted to dig, make a hole 2 foot deep and fill it with sand. You can border this area with wood to dress it up. 12 times a day, bring the dog out to this area. Bury his favorite toy and encourage him to dig here. So you channel the negative digging into a desired area. When you catch the dog digging in an off-limits area, shame him and take him to his sandbox. And again, take his favorite toy and bury it there. As a last resort, use the Fido shock. It usually takes only 1 shock for the dog to steer clear of that area.
Make rules for your dog. You have them for your children.
Mouthing and biting are natural instincts for dogs. When you see puppies at play, they are constantly mouthing and biting each other. Most people play with their puppies, allowing them to chew and bite their hands. But this can be a bad habit for a dog to get into. When your puppy grows to be an 80-pound dog and is playing with the neighbor's child and accidentally pierces the skin, the results can be devastating to you and fatal for your dog. So it's best to nip the problem in the bud. As always, provoke the problem. Start playing with the dog, and if he mouths you, use the squirt gun with a firm no and give him something to chew on. Never pull your hand away from your dog. This can injure you and also teach the dog to bite harder. Try using the squirt gun for a 3-day period, and if you're not getting any results, try flipping the dog on the tip of his nose with your finger. A dog's nose is very sensitive, and this should get his attention. Once you have his attention, you can teach him. As a last resort, use an 8-ounce glass of water. When the dog mouths you, douse him with the water, give him a firm no, and substitute something positive. Use the same techniques for dogs that bite your shoes, pants legs, or hems of dresses. These techniques applied consistently and frequently should break your dog of this habit.
Dogs require order and structure in their lives.
Excessive barking can be a big nuisance problem. Nothing can turn a neighbor against you as quickly as a dog that barks all night. But for security reasons, you don't want to quiet the dog completely. You want to eliminate unjustified barking. For this exercise, you need the help of a friend or neighbor, preferably someone that the dog's not familiar with. If the dog does know him, he can wear a hat or coat, but have him change his disguise for each part of the exercise. You will also need an attention-getting tool in the form of a cup of water. Get your neighbor to go into his backyard and make some noise. Tell him that when he hears you correct the dog, to go back inside and wait for the next call. When the dog barks, go up to him, give him a firm no, hush, and douse him with a cup of water. All right, then call your neighbor and have him come to your front door. When the doorbell rings, the dog's going to respond by barking. Let him inside and provoke and encourage the dog to bark all the way up to the front door. Praise him for it. Later, get your friend to walk down the sidewalk. Make sure your dog is in the house and that he can see them. This is unjustified barking because no one has invaded your property. Use a squirt gun in the house and hush the dog again. He will learn the command quickly if it is backed up consistently with a douse of water. These are just a few ways to eliminate unjustified barking. Change the variables. Have someone go to your gate or go by playing a portable radio. The idea is to encourage the justified barking and discourage the unjustified barking, so that your dog will only bark if there is a threat. Your dog will alert you to intruders, but will not be a nuisance barker. I would not advise using bark collars unless under controlled conditions.
Dogs require love and affection too.
Oh no!
No one likes to come home to this, but it happens all too often, and many dogs are beaten as a result. A dog's sense of smell is extremely acute, and your garbage cans are like a treasure trove to him. Rooting through this smelly stuff is a natural thing for them. So again, they must be taught that this is unacceptable. One way to do this is to use your attention getters. Squirt the dog every time he shows any curiosity toward your trash cans. If you can eliminate the thought, you can eliminate the action. Make him realize that every time he thinks about that trash, he's gonna be squirted on top of the head. Another exercise for this problem is entrapment. For instance, bathroom trash is a favorite for dogs. Shut the door so the dog can't see you set him up. Put a mousetrap or two on the bottom of the can. Take a fully inflated small party balloon and cover it with a piece of tissue paper. Wet one end of it so it adheres to the balloon. Carefully place the balloon just over the trap. Again, the balloon must be fully inflated or it won't work. Invite the dog into the room, blow your nose, pretend to toss the tissue into the can, then leave the room. When the dog puts his nose into that can, he will push the balloon down and set off the trap. Now try not to laugh when he comes running out. If you have a puppy or a small breed dog that has to tip the trash over to get into it, set up a similar trap, except you lay the trash can on its side. Also for kitchen cans, instead of tissue paper, use a dab of butter or bacon grease on the balloon. Repeat this often in the bathroom and kitchen, or even outside. Again, the idea is to eliminate the curiosity about the garbage cans.
You don't have to shout at a dog. His hearing is much better than yours or mine.
This is a common problem with dogs. If you lay a steak out on the counter, they assume it must be for them. So when it disappears, don't get mad at your dog. They must be taught otherwise. Like the trash dogs, the idea is to break the curiosity towards the counters. Again, the best remedy for this is to set the dog up. Put something on the counter that you know he won't be able to resist. And while in the same room, blast him with the squirt gun and give him a firm no every time the thought of it crosses his mind. Another technique is to surround the item with mouse traps, either upside down or right side up. but tape the biting edge of the trap. Then leave the room. When you hear the trap spring, come back into the room and see the embarrassed look on the dog's face. You can use other forms of entrapment. A scat mat is an electrical device that will shock the dog when he steps on it. Use these same methods for coffee tables, picnic tables. Anywhere you want him to learn is off limits. And do it about 25 times a day. These exercises take time and effort, but it's either that or accommodate your dog. Remember, it's your house. You make the rules. With enough repetition, you can teach your dog to stay away from your table and countertops in 7 days.
Dogs have minds too. Exercise your dog's mind.
Jumping and scratching at a door is a natural way for your dog to get your attention. He doesn't realize he's being destructive. He must be taught. Tools for this exercise include a 4-ounce glass of water and a lot of patience. As always, provoke the problem. Hide near the door until the dog starts to claw or jump. Then burst the door open and douse him with the water and give him a very firm no. And then shut the door and walk away. Wait 5 seconds. If the dog has not jumped or scratched at the door, immediately go back to the door, open it, and let him in. Praise the heck out of him. Leave him in for 2 minutes, then put him outside and repeat the process. Make sure that you have your cup of water handy. After a few repetitions, the dog will start to run from you as soon as you approach the door. Stand your ground. Just stay in the doorway and toss the water at him, even if he's 50 feet away from you. You've made your point. But it's also important to follow through when he exhibits positive behavior. When he comes to the door and doesn't jump, take the time to let him in for a few minutes. How do you know when he wants in? Well, he's not standing there for his health. Repeat this process 20 times a day. Vary the exercise. Provoke the dog different ways. Grab the keys to your car like you're leaving. Have someone ring the doorbell. Any scenario you can think of. Normally, you can teach the dog not to jump on doors in 7 days.
There is no perfection in the dog world. Have you ever met a perfect person?
Some dogs like to make your favorite chair their favorite chair. The chair is comfortable, and dogs like their comfort just like you and I do. There are commercial repellents available from pet stores that you can apply to furniture for this problem. There are also home repellents that you might want to try first. Some dogs are repulsed by the sound and feel of aluminum foil and wax paper. Place sheets of these on each cushion whenever you're not there to supervise. Also use mouse traps. Set them upside down and leave the room. Never use mouse traps when you're leaving the house. Set the dog up to catch the dog in the act. When he starts to climb up on the furniture, blast him with a squirt gun. No, get off. Don't use down or get down. These are too similar to the down command and will only confuse the dog. After you correct him, use positive substitution and take him to his own bed. Teach him where it's acceptable to lay down. It's either do that or accommodate the dog. Whose furniture is it, yours or his? With enough repetition, a dog should learn to stay off the furniture within 7 days.
Dogs are normally very social and require family interaction.
There are no magical cures. I wish there were. What it comes down to is patience, perseverance, and a love towards your companion. Thousands of dogs are destroyed every year because of behavioral problems, the majority of which can be resolved with just a little work on the part of the owner. Remember, your new friend was not born knowing right from wrong. You have to teach him. Get your whole family involved so that each one of you works with that dog every day. This way, your cute little puppy, instead of becoming a pesky nuisance, will become a trusted, valued member of your family.
This is what it's all about right here. Nothing can replace the emotions
and the feelings that are involved in having one of these little guys within your own household. So I want everybody to have fun and enjoy. Bye-bye, we'll see you all later.